Thanks for tuning into the Hidden Tracks podcast. You can find us wherever you find podcasts or listen to music. When you have an opportunity, please give us a 5-star review, write a little note, tell us how we're doing. We really appreciate it. It helps us keep this thing going. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us at Facebook at Hidden Tracks. Instagram is at HiddenTracks99, and if you'd like to send in submissions or talk to us or give us any feedback about what we're doing, our email is myhiddentracks99@gmail.com. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Lost it in the haze. I remember jumping and water hit my face, buried down in snowy sand. Frostbite turned to chronic pain. In this state I'm in, feeling like see right through me, see right in, see through. Now you're in the love just disappear. Come and find me some sweet day. Come remind me of my fate. In this state I'm in, feeling like a see right through me, see right in, see through. Now I'm paper thin, see right through me, see right in. I'm a ghost of what I've been, see through.
What's up, everybody? Another week, another edition of the show. This week, I am very excited to have. If those of you who have been following us know that we recently started a label called HiddenTrack Records. Everything we do is hidden tracks, and we're trying to bring more light to amazing artists. And this is the first full solo release of a band, and I have Dennis King and Melissa Anthony here from the incredible band Tiny Cities that I'm excited that we will be releasing their EP tomorrow, Friday, January 16th. And I can't be more excited to have them both here. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Dennis and Melissa.
Thank you. We're excited.
Yeah.
I hope you're as excited as I am. Like I said, when I first heard the songs when they were being done, I couldn't have been more proud to be able to put my little stamp on the back of something, because I was so excited and had goosebumps when I hear things, and it just like brought a tear to my eye and said, I'm so glad that I can be a part of this and a part of what you guys are doing. So I want to say thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Wow. Thank you. That's really sweet.
That is really kind. Thank you so much. I know after we had talked about doing this and sending you some recordings, like the first time, they were more demo form, and Melissa and I doing the best we can with what we have here, because we were able to put stuff out previously, but we were really trying to get it to a new level. And I think the first batch of songs that I sent you, that you like the songs, but I kind of got the feeling that there's still more. The ceiling was still higher up there, and we have to reach more. And then the music gods, as they say, just worked out where I got a chance to record at Harbor Studios in Brooklyn with Eric Sanderson, and the timing of it all just really worked out.
Mm-hmm.
So then that just changed the whole dynamic of the songs. Like, we saw the potential, and then it kind of exceeded that, I think. What do you think, Melissa?
I think so. Before working with Dennis, we both had our solo lives, and I've always just been like me and my guitar, no vision for anything more than that. And starting our first EP together, Dennis would like pull out these little magical bits, as I would call them, and like just bring life to something that was once like more simple. And I do think like his pieces before working at Harbor Studios were so good, but somehow Eric was able to just like bring that to an even more magical space. So like we had guests in the studio. Eric was on bass, and we had Jeremy on drums, and there was just so much that I never could have heard with my imagination. Like some people are able to like have a vision for what it can turn into. I'm just like, this is how it sounds now. This is fine. But we got this amazing opportunity to have something bigger than we ever thought. So I'm very proud of it. And it just was so cool to do it with Dennis.
I think when people have, as you say, like this bigger vision to something, to me, that's not always great, right? Like if someone has this idea for a song and they have this grandiose vision for it, and then they just start tooling and working and toiling away on something, it's almost like, I always liken it to a recipe where you can oversalt steak, right? And so I think you just having something and having these things, and Dennis, like you said, like you did send me these demos, and I was like, I really enjoyed the songs, and I'm like, they can be so much better. Like
Yeah.
they're great songs, but I don't think the way they were was conveying exactly what you guys can do. From the first time I heard the two of you together sing and be together, and I have this amazing picture of the first time Dennis was there, pulled you on stage, and this laughter and smile you had towards each other to create this beautiful music was like, I was like, that's what I'm looking for it to come across on a recording. And I know for a fact Eric brought that out, and we didn't lose any of the authenticity to what you guys truly are.
Yeah, thank you. That was I personally when we had this chance to go in the studio, and I talked about it with Melissa and said we're going to go to the studio, and it's a beautiful place. And she was a little hesitant because her experiences with studios. If I'm not well, Melissa, you could tell me how much experience do you have in studios?
None. Like I have
Right.
some
So
friends who've recorded me and know what they're doing. You know, they like study engineering and they know what they're doing, but the pressure of like going into a real studio with people who are musicians, like I struggle and have struggled to call myself a musician and I just feel intimidated. So it was one of those things that I was like, oh, Dennis, I don't know. I don't know if I can do
right.
it.
But
But
I personally knew just based on um I have so much confidence in Melissa, and um she's she's experienced before even being experienced, if that makes any sense. So I just knew that when she had this opportunity to hear her vocals with a microphone that's a little bit more than, a
the
58
cell phone.
$50 or something like that. Um, but really what it comes down to, not just all the fancy gear, it was just the comfort level. And when she got comfortable, I knew there would be no problem. And I knew it was going to sound incredible just based on because she can make any microphone sound incredible, honestly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I just knew that it was going to be a positive experience because I did have an opportunity to work with Eric before, and just so easygoing and so enjoyable to work with. It's to even say that it's work is like it's embarrassing because it was just the most
It
fun.
wasn't. Yeah, we had such a good time.
Well, I think that comes through too, and I, my concern was, with the just your Dennis said it best. You can make any microphone sound good. So,
Thank you.
but what I was most scared of is losing the authenticity in your vocals. That sometimes when they get into a recorded setting in a
Mhm.
studio, you kind of lose some of that. And I don't know the best word to describe, how, how how perfectly simple your vocal can be, and the fact that it comes out like magic as soon as you start to sing. I was afraid that was going to be lost through all these switches and dials, and it really, I couldn't have been more happy. I was like, oh my god, it's even better than I thought it could be.
Wow, thank you very much. And thank you to Eric. He's really something else. I
And if
couldn't have had a better time doing that with you and Eric. So that was cool, Dennis.
Well, yeah, if Eric would be here right now, he would say, "Well, honestly, I just kind of put the microphone on, and that was it. The compression there and everything else. It's like, either you either know how to do it or you don't. And it's just like again making the feeling comfortable and being brave and just not even thinking about. And also, um, with Shane, you were saying like you wanted to keep it authentic as much as possible. I sat across from Melissa; she sat across from me. Eric was on my right, so it was pretty much a live take.
Yeah, it was
Um, is
wonderful.
that's and I think that's what makes it so great in that sense that it feels like that. We did a couple of overdubs after that, but it was more of like three takes or times. And it's like I think the second one was best, and that was pretty much the approach.
Well, it comes through in spades, and I couldn't be more happy for this thing to be released tomorrow. Um, and again, just thank you for letting me be a part of it. So
Oh, thank you.
Shane, thank you for doing this for us.
you did it all. My part's easy, but
Awesome.
so how do you let's get into how the two of you met and how Tiny Cities has kind of become what it is today. Who's the best storyteller of who's going to give
Dennis?
us the best
Dennis?
version of how Tiny Cities became a thing?
And do you want the short version or the slightly longer? I don't know, Melissa.
I was
You're good at
born.
this.
I feel like I like listening to you do it more, but I'll give the short version and you fill in any blanks if I miss anything.
Sounds good.
Um, so years ago, I think we met at Dragonfly Coffee House, right?
Right.
Yeah. So Dennis would come in and out and check out an open mic or have a show, and he'd be sitting in the dark corners. And I actually worked there and played there. So we just happened upon each other. We'd see each other and we'd enjoy hearing each other. But nothing like no major friendship came from that. I wasn't I wasn't nearly as social as I am today back in those days. Um, but years had passed. I don't know how many years ago that was. And we re-met at Cafe Artiste. It's like a Wednesday, is it a Wednesday night showcase?
Yeah.
It's like
Wednesday.
this amazing art building with a lot of staircases and a lot of nice people. And so we were both showcased there. And Dennis just came to me afterwards, I think through messaging, maybe. He was like, would you want to work on a song? And we just realized like our vibes are similar, our sound is compatible. And then as we're recording, I think like our voices were meant to be together. And it was so cool to just like harmonize with him on one of his songs. And after that, we just started to think, well, he had a project with Renee Maskin, amazing 4 song EP. Um, and I think that was maybe your first time working with another artist like that, Dennis.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was that was kind of like but what was I saying? It's been a while, I've been playing independently for a long time and I'm just so over myself that it kind of I was looking to be not so much challenged but just doing something that was slightly different and I don't know if it was the pandemic that made me think about that or change things, but maybe after that. But I've been friendly with Renee Maskin for a while, and we did things via, the internet. We'd share things back and forth and put out this EP, and it was a lot of fun. Um, and that was kind of like I had more fun doing that than I think my own stuff. But as Melissa was saying, we met again back in Cafe Artiste. I just had to like play with her and sing with her because um, there was something obviously naturally special about how she performs and how she sings. And she's so humble and just genuine person all around. So it was like it's really easy to get together and or to work with somebody like that because um, it's we both have our jobs, our day jobs, so to speak, and we're dedicated to that. But at the same time, we wouldn't be who we are if we weren't musicians or singer songwriters. It's like it's just who she is. It's who I am. It's beyond a hobby kind of thing. It's because after a while you realize I'm a grown ass man and I'm like still doing this. And if I didn't do it I'd probably, be on the news for some sort of thing, just doing something against the world. But this is so much better, actually. And I'm just happy that she agreed to like say, yeah, it's really natural, and it feels good. I mean, I've been in bands when I was a kid, younger, and you're young and you're trying to figure out how to navigate that world because everyone's wants to have their say, their 2 cents with Melissa and I, it's almost like we allow each other and we try to convince each other, no, I need your input here.
Yeah.
We're too kind sometimes to each other, but I think um, now we're getting a little better at it where if something is not flying, she'll let me know and vice versa. I just think overall, the long answer here is that it just feels natural and it's
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Well,
Yeah.
it's nice. It's nice that you keep each other in check now because, yeah, the feeling out process has to kind of be over now, right? Between the two.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I do remember, like, at the beginning of it, I've never really collaborated with people, and I was nervous because I work so, like, in such an isolated way. I don't have a process. I don't have, like, I don't plan out my music. Things just happen. And I think I remember telling Dennis, like, I can't promise that you're going to get what you want from this. And, like, I can't just like throw something out there. And then with both projects, our first EP and our second one, like the songs just arrived and there was no like stress about it. And um, there was so much concern before I could really say, yes, I'm totally committed, that like I can actually produce what you want. Like, I really want to do this, but I don't know if I can. And then we all just like, we all, Dennis and I just figured it all out. And it like, it came so naturally, as he said. So it's been really cool. And the friendship is also really cool because, like I said, we knew each other for years, but we never really had a relationship. And like now I know his wife and kids and his beautiful dog. And like, it's just, one of the coolest things to have come into my life. So it's been really a great trip.
Well, that's a huge part of music. It's that the bringing together, coming together with people. I've stated many times now that I started a stupid endeavor a little over a year and a half ago. At the crossroads in my life, and if I were to stop doing what I've built already, the most important thing I already have from it, and it's not success, it's not money, it's the friendships that I've already gained, and it's all because of music, because I'm passionate about music and I'm passionate with people about music, and I think two of you coming together like that, and forming that bond and that friendship, and now it what you're saying when it comes to creating music becomes a little easier and simpler. I mean, that's the most important part, and you can hear that when it comes through in the music, that this was just like, this was a fun time, this was easy, it was good, and now we have some songs that are absolutely great that are going to be here long before, long after we're all gone. So
Here, here.
so so I want to dive in real quick to personal stories when it comes to music. And the first one for me that I've told many a times, people are tired of hearing me say this, but the reason why I do what I do is because I heard the Beach Boys when I was 6 years old, and it changed my life forever. So I kind of wanted to find out from each of you. We'll have this question. Dennis, I'll let you go first. Do you kind of remember as a child something you heard that kind of made your ears perk up and kind of led you to your way of music that you see it today?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple, two things, I guess. One was my mother had this grand piano upstairs in this room, and it was out of tune. She came from the Bronx, and she had this piano. She couldn't get rid of it, so we had this piano. It was out of tune, and I would always go up there and just bang the crap out of it, and I'd make thunder sounds and songs and things like that. And I just loved the melodramatic tone of it. It just felt right. I wasn't this sad, depressed kid. I was pretty much a wacky kid, but everything that I created came out kind of dark and gloomy, but that's what felt good. So that was like my first real introduction to music and making music and hearing things in a different way. And just, teaching myself a couple of things. But I was a little kid. And then I guess musically, my older sister, she had Fleetwood Mac Rumors on album. And I remember I would just sit on the floor and I'd open up the vinyl record and I see the pictures and I listened to the music, and I was too young to know what was going on, but I felt tension and something was in the music, not just the rhythmic of it all, but there was some sort of drama that I wasn't able to wrap my head around, and I've always been drawn to that. And like Rumors Today is probably one of my favorite albums. This was before I got into punk rock and a lot of other things, but
Number
I
one
would
selling
say,
album in my store is Rumors. It's crazy. The
yeah,
number one selling album. We're in 2026 now. Still, I can't believe how many people come in asking for that album.
yeah. I mean, maybe that video with the guy drinking cranberry juice on the skateboard, but I don't know. And it is funny because this album seems to pop up. Like the first time I was in the studio, the the engineer was listening to Rumors and A being drum sounds and guitar sounds to rumors because he says that was the best sounding record, whatever. I mean, I really didn't know at the time, but so it's funny how that album just seems to pop up. So I guess that would be my. I mean, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was shag carpet, record, vinyl.
Well, you mentioned the piano in the house. I mean, grew up in the 80s, right? Like me, and every household, it was a piece of furniture.
Yeah, it
Every
was.
household you went into had a fucking, whether it was, the stand-up Kimball that is still in my parents' house that I grew up with, or someone had a grand piano and no one in the family knew how to play, but it was just a piano was in every fucking house. I mean, greatest salespeople of all time were piano salespeople because everyone had one in their house.
Yeah, I guess so. It's true, and you would think like I would get piano lessons or anything like that, but I wasn't able to sit still. So my mother knew. She's like, if you ever want to, I'll teach you some stuff. Until then, I just kind of did my own thing.
Nice. How about you, Melissa? As a child, what was like that
Well, I
first?
also had a
Do
piano
you
in the
kind of
house, but it was
remember
people
what
were
made your
playing
ears stand up
it.
as a
My
child
dad
when it
had a
came to
baby
music?
grand. He still has it. And he would always play for me, but he is just as I am, like self-taught. He understands that when you look at like sheet music, that if the notes are going up, maybe your fingers will be going up a little higher. And like he was kind of just like visually figuring it out without really knowing. And my mom too, she had guitar lessons when she was 32. I'm 34 now, so it's kind of like crazy to think like, oh, what if I were starting music at that point in my life? Like she's a musician herself. They were both DJs when I was in the womb. There was just music everywhere. So I was really lucky to be raised with so much sound that I actually liked. I feel like a lot of kids are like, ugh, what, embarrassed by what their parents are playing or singing to. And like, I enjoyed everything. We had like Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra and Madonna and like just so many different things happening all the time. So I really enjoyed being raised with a lot of music, but I never had lessons. My mom started taking her lessons at 32, and I would just kind of watch and steal her guitar and sneak into my room and just like see if I could do anything myself. And like the first, I loved so many different styles of music. Like I, from Slipknot to Bob Dylan, I was just like listening to my iPod on my Bose headphones and taking bike rides as a kid, like just getting away with music. And the thing that made me want to be a songwriter was Jenny Lewis, who I'm still obsessed with to this
Mhm.
day. And it was Rabbit Fur Coat. She has this amazing like folk album. She just felt like sick of being in her little emo indie world and decided I'm going to try something else. And it just like woke me up like, oh, I can listen to Metallica and also write songs like Jenny Lewis. And so I really enjoyed like finding my way. And just like Dennis too, like I was a happy little jumpy girl. I think I am to this day. And like everything comes out gloomy and sad. And like there are reasons for that. Mental health is definitely like a big reason why people like fall into creating and music. And I have some mental health obstacles that music has just like it's kept me alive and happy. So I feel like I'm rambling, but um, yeah, I just like I was raised around a lot of music. I didn't care if it felt like it fit all the time. I would listen to whatever I wanted, and it all inspired me to make the things I make now. So maybe one day you'll get a metal album, or, or
That'll be awesome.
maybe I'll start wearing a mask like Corey Taylor.
Yeah, that's coming.
Yeah.
It is coming.
We haven't.
They
That's
didn't
how you
come
get
in
big
yet.
nowadays.
They
You got
didn't
to
come
put on a
in
mask.
yet.
Oh, they okay. Well, hopefully for the record release show we can have that.
Well, that was so rambly, but like, I was in the womb bouncing around with music and I'll die with it. That's basically my personal story. I need it to survive, that's for sure. A lot of people do.
Yeah. Dennis, you said okay, you kind of found your way. You found like, from listening to Sisters Fleetwood Mac Rumors, and then kind of found your way to punk rock. What was your like gateway to get to that? I mean,
Yeah. Well, so after the Rumors, then my sister, she had this band called The Knack, My Sharona, and Cheap Trick, and you can kind of see where it's going from those bands to the Ramones. And I think the Ramones were probably a huge influence, not so much in like the musical structure, but just the idea of like, fuck it, I can't play, but I'm still gonna do it.
yeah.
You know, I think my first band, we had one person that actually had a real instrument. Everybody else had like these plastic toys
What
from
did you
Child
name that?
World or Toys R Us.
What did you name that first band?
I didn't name it, but it was called Feedback.
Cool.
That's not terrible. Wow.
It's not terrible because there's been like famous bands. I think U2 was Feedback before they were U2 or The Feedback. But we were Feedback and we spray painted it in the shed of the I think I was in 5th or 6th grade, and it was it was our first band. And I knew right then, like, this is my destiny. Next to the lawnmower and all the other shit in the shed. But so I guess the Ramones, and then I got into some harder stuff. But I also did like melodic things too. So I wasn't just all, you know. So the Ramones led me to Bad Brains, and every hardcore kid will say Bad Brains is like on the Mount Rushmore of hardcore. But only it was more so just the idea of like, what the fuck is this? What's going on? You know, the same time like I heard Public Enemy the first time, or the Beastie Boys, or I liked U2. I mean, early U2. I liked Echo and the Bunnymen is one of my favorite bands because of the melodramatic nature of things. So I was kind of going all over the place, but so that's where I was. So I guess I don't know if I answered your question, but I think it was the Ramones, Cheap Trick, those kinds of bands that brought me to the next plane of wow, look at over here, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Cheap Trick to me too is a huge gateway. For me, I'm a huge Cheap Trick fan, but it was and I can understand the Ramones to Cheap Trick, the stuff like that, because of the melodies, and even though it was faster stuff, there were harmonies in some of that Ramones stuff that you kind of hold on to. Where, you know, as a punk rock kid myself, sometimes I would hide the fact that I was listening to Cheap Trick, and you know, same thing, Echo and the Bunnymen and The Cure. And I mean, one of my favorite moments in recent history is having one of my friends I grew up with, and I was a huge Cure fan, kind of like tried to get people to like it, but then I knew I had to hide it because I was getting so much shit for it. But like my friend, now almost 50, goes, "Hey man, sorry about when we were kids with the whole Cure thing.
Oh my God.
I get it now." I'm like, awesome. It took 35 years to get I'm sorry, I get it, but it was just one of those moments. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad you finally got it, because it's so good that you have to get it.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, there was this commercial from Live at Budokan. And I just remember seeing that because, you know, video wasn't so much out there, and I just seeing that, I was just so fixated on it. I think it was like, I want you to want me or something. And yeah, Cheap Trick. And
I tell people all the time, like, you want to hear a true vocalist artist, and he's in my top 10 of all time, Robin Zander. I'm like, go listen to his 2 solo albums from the 90s that he did. And I go, you're going to be hard pressed to find something that's better than that at the time. It's like, especially when it came out too, it was the one album. I'm like, yeah, it's right up there with fucking Matthew Sweet's Girlfriend. Like, it has that same style and tone to it, and it's just a better vocal than Matthew Sweet doing a Girlfriend album. Like, it's so good, and people never understood it, and that I was such a huge fan of it. But I'm still, to this day, Cheap Trick and Xander is like, anytime Cheap Trick comes around, I go and see him, because Xander can still sing, because he from that era, he never had to do the crazy vocal to where you just lose your voice all the time. It was just, he was always in the pocket, had honey on the tonsils, and it was perfect.
Nice.
Honey on the tonsils. I like that.
Melissa, were you ever in a band? Did you ever have a band, or did you ever have a band name that you first came up with?
I never thought of any band name. I was never in like a real band. Back in my teens, though, I was with like a guy and we had a duo and we called ourselves We Are, romance was
Mm.
romance was the fuel. But um yeah, even then I was not like ready to collaborate. I wasn't like unable to. I just really struggled to like open up and be comfortable with sharing songwriting and like performing was, I don't know, I just felt like I wasn't like in the space for it. But that was the only band and it was just another little
Okay.
duo. But no, I'm not like we actually really struggled with finding our band name, or I struggled. It was my job. And so
That's right.
I I was just pushing and pushing and pushing and like not able to make a decision. And eventually I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to go with like my inspiration from bands I'm always obsessed with. And it was like Modest Mouse, Sun Kill Moon. And I'm just like, I love Tiny Cities Made of Ashes. And it's something that's like always in my head. And I'm like, maybe we could just be tiny cities. And we're both just tiny little guys trying to make it. So it just felt good. But yeah, don't rely on me to name anything. Listen,
Yeah. Well,
I named my cat Turkey, so you can't trust me.
oh, well, I
Turkey.
mean, with the EP that's coming out, when everybody hears what it sounds like, you should change your name to Major Cities, because that's what you are.
Ooh,
Nice.
I love it.
Shoot. Scores.
Good one.
So, yeah. So here's my question, and I want to see if we start any band interband fights when it comes to this, because I love this question, and when I get to have more than one person from a group on the show, I like to see where we go with it. So I'm going to start with Dennis. If no one ever heard Tiny Cities in their entire life, and they said you can only play me one of your songs, you got 3.5 minutes, play me one of your songs, what one song are you playing for them?
Probably a Hologram or the new one, Bodycast, I think. So I have to pick one, right?
Yeah, you gun to your head. You're sitting
Dang
down in
it.
front. Clive Davis says, "All right, you got 3.5 minutes to impress me. You can
No,
only play me
Clive.
one song."
Oh, well, but then I have to play you the best production of, and I'd probably go with Bodycast.
You don't know just what you're getting. Waiting for a happy ending. You are just a fossil pending. Stuck in place, preserved, regretting. Tourniquet as tight as old friends. Holding on to what is broken. Pressure swimming in the deep end. Show me what I can delight in. Never
because it sounds good and the songwriting is interesting and it has our vocals where you hear those moments um and you feel Melissa's tender side, and also there's this hidden fiery element that's in there that you have to take a moment to listen to. It's not all just sweet and tender. There's like, without saying fucking A, man, fuck this world, or I'm gonna do it my way. So that would be my choice.
All right. Melissa, how about you?
That's definitely
No
not going to
pressure.
cause a little band fight. I'm telling you that because we're both so good at getting along. But I'm going to go with hologram just because of like the sentimental. That was the first thing we released. I think it is like it really did like the people that follow us now are the people that saw hologram, and I just think like that was such a major moment in our little duo. So I would pick hologram. Um, I really enjoyed. So when we were making that first EP, it was just separate. Like we each wrote two songs. We sent those songs to each other. We decided what we'd want to do on those songs for each other. And like I just did a voice memo and I sent it over to Dennis and he built it into what it was. So like we weren't sitting together and I was like, "Oh, I hear keys. I hear this. I hear that." Like, no, I just gave him the bass and he went and brought it to life. So that was like just thinking about how I felt when I heard a song I wrote come to life like that. That's always going to be my number one pick, I think, because it was such a moment. I really enjoyed it. And I like to
Yeah,
Hmm.
share those
that's
moments.
a good one.
Thanks, man.
I get it. Yeah, that's good.
I love it. I mean, because he started with it and then changed it. So I mean, yeah,
He knew it.
there's
He,
you can't
he
have
knew
an
he
yeah,
felt the
you can't
same
have an
way.
argument there. Yeah, he changed his answer on the fly.
But I
But
do agree with
Yeah,
like production, what Eric did at the studio with this new stuff that you're all going to hear tomorrow. We're very proud of it. So I would want to show it off too, but I'm also
yeah,
like, I'm a sentimental Sally, so it's hard to let go.
yeah. It's weird. It's a good question because sometimes I get so caught up in other people's ears, and I think about that a lot. And sometimes first impressions, you only have one chance to make a first impression, and sometimes you got 10 seconds. And so that's why changed it, because I thought I guess I should give people more credit is what I'm thinking about, right? I'm
you
not.
don't do that though. You
No,
don't
okay.
do that. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, because but I don't know. I think it's okay. I think it's normal. I think when you create something and write something or put something out there, you want people to at least connect to it. Um, I remember so often with other bands, and you got to do it for yourself. It's got to feel like something that affects you, and then it will come across. But there's been so many other things that I've done in the past where it's like I think I just send people running out the doors because whether it was too loud or I don't know, I was too angry, but whatever it was, I'm conscious of that. I feel like maybe because I'm older, I really want to connect with. I want people to connect to it, and that's a huge piece, and that's what I'm really excited about with this recording and this project, because when we play, you feel the connection, you feel the immediate something with anybody, whether it's five people watching or whatever. um I think they appreciate it, and we appreciate the return of it, and
Mhm.
so that's something I think that I think Melissa probably felt that, because you've always had that great way of connecting while you sing. Sometimes I get lost, but I feel this is a little different when we play, or when they hear the music.
I think in terms of just like sharing it as a group of friends too, like we have this connection that also like spreads into an audience, which I really appreciate. Like they can feel that we mean it, I think. Like they could feel that we are doing it for ourselves and each other and like enjoying the process, I think. But Yeah, I think the
Definitely.
connection is the most
Yeah, I
important
mean, I'll
part.
put it to you this
Like,
way. The first
you
time
think a
I
lot.
saw the two of you
Go
together,
right
I
ahead.
was like,
Sorry.
that was it. I was done. I was like, all right, I'm in on whatever this is going to be forever. And it's feeling that connection. And I brought it up earlier about that, took a picture and you're laughing and smiling on, and I was like, that's it. Like, that's what I look for when it comes to people creating music together, is there's something there that the beauty in the songs, you can't deny it, and you can see it when you guys are on stage together, that there's this special thing happening, and it doesn't happen to everybody that tries to collaborate and work with other people, but when it happens organically and it just works, it's as a spectator, it's something to behold.
Wow. All right. Thank you. Good night. That was pretty incredible. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, first concert you ever went to, and if it's different, the first one you ever got to pick the go to. Dennis.
Melissa, are you still with us? Maybe she got knocked off. Are you still with us, Shane?
Can you hear me?
I am. She'll
Okay.
come back. Yeah,
She'll come back. I think I might have told you this one, but it was the worst. I saw Kiss without makeup at the Brendan Byrne Arena.
Yep, that's terrible.
And that was terrible. I mean, it was my first concert, and then I don't know, I went with a friend, and the father took us, and I guess I was excited for the whole experience of it all, but it just didn't do anything for me. I didn't like it. And then my sister, older sister, that same sister with the record collection, she took me to Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young at the Brendan Byrne, when it was called that, the Continental Arena, then it became that. So those. And then finally, I guess, in high school, I did go see U2, and then I started to get into Maxwell's in Hoboken. We would drive
The best.
there to see some shows, and that opened up a whole nother thing.
Best venue ever. That's such a shame. Such a shame. That place was lifeblood of many of us in Jersey. And I mean, the fact that it doesn't exist, I mean, kind of why I built Hidden Tracks the way I did. So I could kind of have that feeling of Maxwell's being gone. I just don't have, decent food and warm beer. But I mean, I can do that.
You can get the warm beer.
Yeah, that's easy.
There was, I was there one night when Bob Mould was talking to Michael Stipe, and I think I'm pretty sure that's what my friends told me. Said, did you know that? I didn't really know, because when you'd go there, sometimes on the eatery, by the kitchen, the restaurant side, there'd be a lot of people there, and just wanting to hang out, whether they had a show in New York or at the Capitol Theater in
There would
Passaic.
always be people there.
Yeah,
always.
It was cool.
All right.
Melissa, you back?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm here.
Okay. So your first concert ever, and then the first concert you got to pick to go to, if they were different.
They're very different. My first concert when I was 7 was Mariah Carey and Debrat at Madison Square Garden.
Let's go.
I would wear this like 3XL Mariah Carey t-shirt to school every day afterwards. And I got made fun of so much because I wouldn't change my shirt. And I would go down the slide at recess, and I'd get dirt all over it, and I still wouldn't lose that shirt. I just loved Mariah Carey when I was a little girl. And that was the number one. But my first concert that I chose to go to was Rilo Kiley, and that was a good one. I got to see them before the breakup, and that's very good for me. But I also got to see a Maxwell's show before it was done for. It definitely wasn't like a place where people in my area were fleeing to at my age. And like I got to see A.A. Bondi and the Felice Brothers, and that was a really amazing show. But
was that the remodeled Maxwell at that time?
That I don't know.
The bar was in the back corner, like you had the bar was all the way in the back corner. They kind of like
it was probably
they redid it when it was sold. Yeah, it was one of the worst.
So I didn't even get to go at the good time.
Yeah, it was one of the worst remodels in the history of a venue.
Oh no!
Yeah, you used to be able to, like, the bar was right where you'd walk in at the door, so you could still see around the corner and be at the bar at the same time. And then they remodeled the place, they sold it, and so they were trying to keep it what it was doing, but try to make it nicer. And then they
Yeah.
took the bar and built it into a back corner that if you were at the bar, you couldn't see
Ever
the
leave.
stage whatsoever. Yeah,
Wow.
it was. I'll never forget when I walked in there that first time when they remodeled, and I was like, "Well, Maxwell sucks now." Like,
Well, I don't like this.
but I do. Listen. The only good thing that came out of it is my sound guy was the last sound guy at Maxwell, so at least I'm doing
Wow.
something okay.
That's amazing.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
great. Is that Greg?
Yeah, he was
Wow.
the last sound guy at Maxwell's. Yeah.
So you took something good.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yep. So I got a piece of Maxwell's in the store. So
That's
so
awesome.
cool.
do you remember what you were listening to the day you got your freedom, which is the day you get your driver's license, Dennis?
Oh gosh. Well, there was I get these mixed up because like I got this I had this old Honda Accord that my mother used to drive, and what happened was there was cassette tapes that was just jammed.
I was going to say, was it a cassette that was jammed in there? That
Yeah,
you
it was
couldn't get out?
a cassette tape jammed in there, and you know, I wasn't a Bruce Springsteen fan when I was growing up or anything like that. But Welcome to Asbury Park was jammed in that car. So I got to know that album really well, and I do enjoy it. And then when I hear it, it just brings me back to those times of being young and listening to the only thing I could listen to. What else was? I think, believe it, probably Iron Maiden, because it was I don't remember which album it was, but it was fun to listen to. And then Love and Rockets, Iron Maiden. I was really just bizarre growing up. So it's all a fog there, but I know also I guess Nevermind the Bollocks too. I don't know. I was listening to that from Sex Pistols.
So we got Springsteen, Maiden, Love and Rockets, and
Yeah,
Sex Pistols.
it depends.
Yeah.
You know what? It always depends on the person who was in the
Who was
car.
the passenger? Yeah.
Yeah, because I never had like a group of friends that we all liked the same thing. It was like a cool time when everyone had their own little taste. So I think that varied. Or they try to influence me on something. Hey, did you hear this? I mean, because that's how we learned about music. So I was just trying to think. It will come back to me. Ask Melissa, and I'll think of that one other artist.
Yeah. Melissa, what were you listening to the day you got your freedom?
Well, I had a 99 Saturn Coupe and it only had a tape deck too. So I had a Neil Young cassette and a Marvin Gaye cassette, and I would listen to all of them. So actually, that's like one of our projects. We also did a covers album and we chose Neil Young. And I feel like everything we've done with our project has been like sentimental to me in some way or nostalgic in some way. So I do recall being in my little speedy Saturn and listening to Neil Young. And now we have a cover of that I could listen to if I ever want to be weird and listen to myself. But yeah, I got to hear Harvest Moon on cassette when I was afraid to drive, so I didn't drive till I was 19. But that was a good freeing moment to have my music and my windows down and to finally drive by myself.
Did you move your phone, Melissa?
No, did you lose me?
I lost you the last one.
Yeah, got a little choppy.
So wait, did you say Marvin Gaye and
Neil Young?
Neil Young?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I
sweet.
just had the cassettes in the car for the whole time, and then my engine ceased on 295 one day because I didn't realize I had to change my oil. Now I know. I take really good care of my cars.
Right.
All right. Band in your life that never lets you down, Dennis. It's the way I look at it is if you don't know what you want to listen to, you always find yourself just putting on this band or artist.
Oh boy. You know, I have two stages though. You have to have one?
I'll allow you to have two because I have two. So for me, I have two. Mine are Face to Face and the Posies, and it's two different,
Yeah,
styles of
okay.
music. So yeah,
I think the first phase would be Echo and the Bunnymen. And then the second phase, even though, um, and I'm not just trying to say this because we work with them, but 2011, um, honestly, 2011, when I lost my mother, she suffered from cancer and it was just terrible. I listened to Augustines or We Are Augustines for every day, whatever. That was the only thing that was making me feel something. And then I continued to be a fan of theirs, um, and then that taught brought me that taught opened the doors for other things. And yeah, it is true. And so fast forward to be working with Eric Sanderson is pretty fucking crazy. It's a small band from the United States, bigger in Europe, but for this last half of like from then on, it was like the soundtrack of my life. And no matter what, even to this day, I'll put something on. It's a go-to song or a go-to feeling. So just something about that band and at the time and
so
how it,
unheralded. I mean, and I know you and I. It is funny that like you found an Augustine's record in the store the first time you came
that's
in,
right.
and you and I started a connection through that.
That's right.
And that's what music can do, and it really is. It's like one of those bands that I thought was like a dirty little secret for me too.
Uh-huh.
Like I was like, I think I'm the only person who knows who this band is and absolutely love them. And you bought like because I had for some reason I had 3 copies of the same album, but I have a lot of that going on in my personal collection. So I was like, you know what? Someone else out there has to know who these guys are and be a fan. And you were that person that came in and saw that record and bought that record. And that's how you and I started talking was because of the Augustine.
That's crazy. That it's I have to tell like if I try to tell Eric stuff like this, he just says, "Shut the fuck up." But it is true. It's like uh I know, like this whole experience. It's really uh I don't know. I don't know if it has to do with the Augustines, but they're definitely part of it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it could be. I look at it, it really did. It's what started our conversation together.
I know. It's so
Like it's fun.
crazy.
And
Crazy.
anyone out there that's going to be listening to this, like go out, you have to check out the Augustines. And if you don't even listen to the music or you like documentaries, there's a documentary called Rise, the story of the Augustines. And it's so fucking good and it's so heart wrenching.
Oh God. Yes.
But the music you're going to get from it, and if it doesn't change your life, you're fucking soulless, and I don't want to be your friend. So, but that's where I'm at with that.
It's so true. I know. After I watched it, I made my wife watch it. Like, sit down, you're watching this. And she liked it.
Yeah. But, and again, you bring up a band and it's the power of music. I mean, it brings people together, brought us together, and now you're working like this whole thing. We could, bring it down to, and I'll tell Eric, because of you, this is all possible. So
I know. Good. Tell him, because he said he might be coming on the 24th.
all right. And you heard that, people. January 24th, record release show at Hidden Tracks Records, 520 Boonton Main Street.
Yes,
Be there or be a square.
Definitely.
All right. Melissa, band or artist in your life that never lets you down, that
It's
you
always
constantly find
Jenny
yourself
Lewis.
listening to when you have nothing
Anybody
else
who
to
knows
listen
me
to?
knows it's Jenny Lewis. Every single song has a place in my day.
Hello.
Are you wearing
I've been able to cover
AirPods?
every song and find like
Probably.
the internal
That's probably the
connection that I
connection.
have to make it mine. Like it's every single
So
song.
I'll make it up for
There was
her.
never a moment
It's
where I'm like,
probably Debrat and Mariah Carey. So I'll fill in her blank.
I think she's back.
I'm glad I heard that. I'm sorry if I cut out, but it's always going to be Jenny Lewis. All of her music I can play without like looking up any chords. I just know her sounds and I can play them and I can make them mine. And all of her lyrics I connect to, and I'm just in love with her. Everybody knows it.
All right.
And
You should listen to Jenny
and you
Lewis.
said face to face, and what was the other one?
The Posies.
Oh, the Posies, right?
Yeah.
And you had
Ken Stringfellow
play at Hidden Tracks.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that
cool.
you want to talk about moments in life. Like
Yeah.
that
Nice.
was, I had said at that moment to my wife, I said, I could douse this place in gasoline right now when we leave and strike a match and I'm good. Like, and if I can ever get Trevor Keith of face to face there to do the same thing that Ken did, that will definitely be, I'll just be like, you know what? I'm done now.
Oh
I've
my
done
God.
everything I need to do.
Good
Wow.
job.
Was he on tour and you said, look, you want to make a stop here, or like how did that work out?
No, it was actually so over probably like the past 20 years of being such a Posies fan and like going to every show, and kind of I would say friendly with Ken over the years. Uh, I reached out one day when I started this podcast, and he said, I'll come on there eventually, just not right now. And then, one day I reached out again and, sent him a nice message. He's like, yeah, let's do this. We finally did it. We talked a lot. He's like, I'm going to be coming out my first album in 10 years. Uh,
Wow.
and I was like, wow, I'm like so excited for this. Like, it's so great. And lo and behold, I mean, it's just the moment that goes down in my life that I'm building, uh, I'm in the process of building Hidden Tracks. And I kind of mentioned to him what I was going to be doing. And I get a Facebook message from him. Hey, thinking about going on tour. Um, do you think I could play at your place when I come on tour?
Nice.
And I just wrote back, I go, you do whatever the fuck you want. Like, um, I mean, the answer is unequivocally yes. And seriously, you can do whatever you want. You just tell me the date. And like, it was perfect. Like, the date was a Friday night, which is perfect for people to go to a show. And like, it was one of those things. As soon as he walked through the door, that I was just like, I can't believe that this is truly happening. And I mean, I to put it all in the perspective, I mean, I spent a lot of money because I hired a professional videographer so we could, video the whole thing, put it all up on YouTube. It's like he played for like 2 hours, and it was perfect. Like, and just people being excited to be able to see Ken in a small setting like that. That was kind of like my Maxwell's moment too. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
this guy who's played and, he was the touring guitarist and the touring all things man for REM for years. So like, he's played gigantic arenas, and here he is just hanging out on stage.
amazing.
Wow.
So
That's
very lucky. I'm very lucky. That's all I say.
Well, you work
I'd
so
say
hard,
just
dude.
persistent.
Yeah.
Persistent. Yeah. I mean, it's true. It's like, I think if you continue to do something, you do it with genuine passion, not for
Mhm.
some other reason. Maybe I'm being just too naive or too hokey, but I think good things like that can happen if it's really genuine, persistent, and you'll get something. I don't know what it is in return, but you'll get those things where you can have that moment.
It's moments and feelings, and I mean, I do what I do not for. I mean, if anybody knows anything about music or the music industry, I do what I do because I love it. It sure as fuck ain't for the money.
Mm.
Um, it's because I truly love it, and I have a huge passion and always have for bringing people together and listening to music. Like, that's always been my thing of like wanting to have people over the house and play music for them. And like, I've
Nice.
always had that, and I've always wanted that. And there always has to be music on when there's people around, and
Mhm.
I need it because I think the truest form of music brings all walks of life together, no matter race, religion, creed, sexual orientation. It doesn't matter who or what you are, what your background is, because if you're all there for the same thing, and that's the music, then you're all one person anyway, and you can all get together, and all your differences go away. And that's what I love about music.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, that's enough of me waxing poetic, but all right, we're gonna do two more quick questions here before we wrap this up to build up to the release of the album tomorrow. But 5 minutes left to live. Meteors hurling into the earth. You have to listen to one song and one song only. What are you listening to, Melissa?
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Don't do that. uh, Damn. Well, I'm always gonna pick Jenny, so I think it'll be Rilo Kiley. I Never. My husband and I
Yeah,
danced to that at the end of our
you
wedding
broke
day.
up. I gotta
You're
hear it.
chopping again. You're chopping.
Oh no,
What was that?
it's always gonna be Jenny Lewis, but it's Rilo Kiley's I Never. My husband and I danced to that at the end of our wedding day, like only people on the dance floor, jumping around, running around, and it has this like incredible intro where she just starts wailing into the microphone, no music, just her voice, and it's like it always puts me in a good mood.
Nice.
Mm.
Dennis, what are you listening to?
Oh boy, I don't know. I'm a sucker for the live version of "Bad" by U2. If we're gonna have to die in the end of the world,
If we're
like
gonna have to die.
the extended version. Give me a couple more minutes.
You don't have it. You can't pick Anagata Davida or Stairway. Like you just, yeah,
No.
you try to prick. I think my song was like, it's like 4 minutes and like 49 seconds. So I'm gonna slowly start it. It's already queued up in my phone too.
Yeah.
What is it?
Mine is Over the Rainbow, but Ray Charles version with
Oh.
orchestral jazzy part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what's tattooed on my arm.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I was gonna go with Rainy Night in Soho by the Pogues, but because that's a long version, but I'd have to have a couple of whiskeys.
You can just grab the bottle because it don't matter how much you drink at that moment.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
That is really hard.
All right.
If you ask me on another day, I'll probably come up with something different.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that.
Totally.
I understand. All right, another bad question. There's an unfortunate incident. There's a major fire. All living creatures, even goldfish, are out safely of your home. But you get to run back in and grab one musical thing that means the most to you. What's the one thing you're running back in and grabbing, Dennis?
Grab my guitar. Yeah.
All right.
It's an easy one for me.
How about you, Melissa?
Well, now that it exists, I'm taking our new record because I can't believe it's real. I really can't. I have it I just have it sitting where we could see it. I don't play it every day, but I'm looking at it. I think it's so amazing that we did this. So that's what I'm
Score
grabbing.
one for the good guys. Good answer. Good answer.
All right.
I love it.
Don't forget the record player, though.
I don't need it. I just want to hug our
Okay, you
little
just want to look
guy.
at the record.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
just such an accomplishment. I feel like it's
a
so
limited
cool.
edition. There's 100 perfect copies out there. So
But, yeah.
So we're going to come into the final segment of our show, which are our weekly threes. It's 3 things we're listening to that we'd like people to check out. But prior to doing that, we'll make some cool announcements here. So tomorrow, January 16th, 2026, Tiny Cities, Beginning of the End will be released from Hidden Tracks Records. You can purchase it from the store, Hidden Tracks Records. You can hopefully, by the time this is coming out, our shop on myhiddentracks.com will be up, and you'll be able to purchase it there as well, and hopefully finding it in some local record stores near you. If you're over in the UK, there will be some copies available in Amsterdam once I make it over there at the end of the month. But we also have January 24th. Doors are at 6 p.m. Shows at 7. The record release party. If you want to come support and see the artists that are actually created this beautiful piece of music, they will be there performing. And we would just love for everyone to come out and have a great time with everybody and hang out, listen to music, and all become one. So those are big announcements I got. And Dennis, if you want, you can throw out all your handles that you have too made up for Tiny Cities, so people can go on, pre-save, follow everything you guys are doing.
Yeah, sure. Definitely follow us on Instagram at Tiny Cities. It's actually, is it underscore at Tiny Cities or at underscore Tiny Cities?
Yes.
And follow us on bands in town. We're trying to work on that, get our live dates going so you can find bands in town. Just look up Tiny Cities and you'll find it. Spotify, if you're into that kind of thing, we're on there. And I think that's pretty much it. Melissa, anything else I'm missing?
It's just wherever you can stream music. We're
Yeah,
everywhere.
but you want to buy the record. You
You want to
want
buy
to
the
get the
record or
record.
the CD? If you're into CDs too, we got CDs too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, CDs. So,
Yes, everyone has a chance.
something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we sell out, we'll move on to cassettes. We'll see what we're gonna do.
Ooh,
Mm.
I should get my Saturn back.
All right. Well, we're in the final segment. It's our weekly threes. It's three things you're listening to that you would like people to check out. Melissa, if you'd like to go first, give us three things you're listening to that you would like people to check out.
Well, I've been listening to this like 3 times a day. It's Haley Williams' Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party. It's so good. Like, so good. So that's a must. Um, Otherwise, there's nothing really new that I'm obsessing over other than that. But I'm also a big Lady Gaga lover, and ever since Mayhem came out, I can't stop with that either. Um, and then I don't know if there's a third. I like to do a lot of shuffling when I stream music. So
All right. If you
um,
don't got one, you don't have to. That's fine.
with recent events, I have been listening to just like a lot of 50s and 60s music. So there's that. But Haley Williams is like at my top. Absolute must hear her new EP. Everybody go.
All right, Dennis.
All right. So, I really get into doing playlists and making things, and once in a while, people like will actually shoot me an email and say, "Hey, can I get on your playlist?" I'm like, "Sure." But I'm really into, I guess these three are, I guess, kind of in the Americana vein, but her name is Jess Williamson. And I've been thinking that I was going to actually text you, Melissa, to check out Jess Williamson because she's awesome. This guy named Lefty Parker, he's got some cool guitar sounds that are a little bit more like growly and meaty and not so pretty, but
Mhm.
it's along with like some nice tunes. And then I'm kind of getting this band called Rainbow Girls. They're in the same vein, I guess, as Waxahachie, maybe. I don't know, but Jess Williamson, that's somebody you have to check out.
All right.
I really love that. She's got such a cool sound, and I think Melissa, you'd be into it.
Awesome. I will definitely check those out. All right, my three for this week. My first one is a band called Slow Noon, and it's Slow SOLE. They have a cool EP out. They got another one coming soon. It's called All Feelings, No Technique. Very indie rockish. Girl's got an amazing voice. Really high on that right now. Next is a band called The Kites, indie alt rock from the UK. They dropped a single recently. I love all their other stuff, but their new single, it's a very, like, you can get behind it. It's a fun song. It's called 80s. And it is just, it just invokes a lot of fun in there. And guy's got like just a killer voice, killer deep voice. And last but not least is a band called Bedroom, but it's all capital letters. It is BDRMM. And the name of the album is Microtonic. They're a UK shoegazy dream pop type of band with some funky beats going on in there, but I'm all over the fucking place. So, but that's my choice. But those are three cool things I've been listening to right now.
Nice.
Very cool.
But guys, I've said it enough. I'll say it again. Thank you for everything. Thank you for taking time out of the day after a long day to be here and shoot the shit with me. Thank you so much for creating the amazing music that really did truly bring us all together, which is just so powerful. And thank you for letting me be a part of it. And I can't truly tell you how much it means to me that you let me be a part of this, and how proud I am of what you guys have done. And I can't wait until tomorrow when this music gets out there to the world. And I can't wait to have you guys perform again at the record release show on January 24th. And thank you so much. You guys are the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That's so cool.
No
So
way.
sweet.
Thank you.
We're excited. Can't wait.
Yeah, we are.
I'm going to be the first in line to purchase one.
Well, everybody out there in the world, you know what time it is now. It's time to go out, listen to Tiny Cities, and have a great fucking time.
Why does the sun go on shining? Why does the sea rush to shore? Don't they know it's the end of the world? 'Cause you don't love me anymore. Why do the birds go on singing? Why do the stars shine above? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when I lost your love. I wake up in the morning and I wonder why everything's the same as it was. I can't understand, no, I can't understand why life goes on the way it does. Why does my heart go on beating? Why do these eyes of mine cry? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when you said goodbye. Does my heart go on beating? Why do these eyes of mine cry? Don't they know it's the end of the world? It ended when you said goodbye.
Thanks again for tuning into the Hidden Tracks podcast. We hope you enjoyed this week's show. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at HiddenTracks99. Also, send all your submissions myhiddentracks99@gmail.com. Tune in next week. You may find your new favorite band, and don't forget to go out and have a great fucking time.